Hello, and welcome to the weekly wind-up with myself, Emma Kirke. If you were to walk around most towns and cities in the UK in the current climate, you would no doubt encounter people that are homeless or sleeping rough. Some of these people have simply fallen on bad luck. The loss of a job perhaps leading to not being able to pay the rent, and suddenly becoming homeless is actually quite a common thing now. Today I'm joined by a gentleman called David Kennedy, and he's founded the Huddersfield Change Project, and he's here to talk today about the current projects that he has. Hi Dave, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So tell me, what exactly is the Huddersfield Change Project?
It's primarily, I've set it up just to work with the people on the streets, the homeless, people begging, that kind of thing. Just to fill a niche, you know.
Okay.
When I set it up, I didn't think there was much that went around town and did that kind of thing. There are quite a few, but you know, it needs to be full time, and then hopefully to move these people on into better situations, you know, other established places.
Is there a reason why you particularly wanted to set this up?
Absolutely there is. I was functioning alcoholic for a number of years.
Okay.
I haven't drunk for 4 years now, so stopped that.
Congratulations.
And I've gone through a bit of rough sleeping myself. I've gone through obviously the addiction part, and all in all, I know what it's like to live that lifestyle, and you know that a lot of people still frown on it now. And I think because I've gone through that,
yeah, I
can understand it better. You know, understand the mental health issues, addiction. You know, I could probably count on 10 fingers all the different parts. But
and so did you find yourself then that there was something lacking when you were going through that yourself?
In a way, yeah. Just people coming on the street and getting to know you, like I myself do now. I don't think I ever saw anybody, but because I didn't sit out and beg much, you know, there are some that do, and I did have family and people behind me, but there were places established, and a chap that I bumped into that I knew from a previous recovery programme told me about a place called the Basement Recovery Project.
Okay.
I'm allowed to mention them. And well, that meeting with my friend called Grant probably saved my life, because I went on and got into that. Got into the services, learnt things, got off the drink, and got my life back. And it's, you know, mental health issues that I've had, anxiety and depression, they're still there in the background, getting dealt with, etc. And just thought, well, society helped me, it's time to give something back.
Excellent.
Do a good part, because you know I was no dreadful rogue or anything, but I certainly want a functioning member of society. Like. And
that does happen, doesn't it? You know, I heard a story the other week about somebody who, it was a group of lads who all had the job at the same place. They rented a flat together. They were all made redundant at the same time, so there was no income to pay for that rent, and they've all ended up on the streets.
It can be. You know, I've heard a lot of people have said that to me, that you know you're one paycheck away, or you're a divorce, a relationship breakdown away. And over this time that I've been doing this, about 18 months, and especially this year, for the 8-9 months I've done it full time, I've met a chap that his wife left him and she took everything. There's people that's lost their jobs, and it's just hard for them to get back into the system. And the system is there. I'm not going to go all political on it, but from what I've seen, there's a hell of a lot of room for improvement. Okay. And a lot of the places have said, oh, just send them to us, and it's not as easy as that. That's their comfort zone, sitting on the street. Yeah. Just to say, oh, off you go to whatever. You know, it's not as easy as that. So I was hoping to bridge that gap. You know, speak to them, get to know them. Takes time, as long as it takes, and see whether we can move them on, get them somewhere, get them some housing.
So what kind of thing does the Huddersfield Change Project actually do for those people?
Well, it started out just bringing hot drinks out. That was the original plan, which came into fruition. I had to put that on the back burner because I actually got full-time work myself for a bit as a chef, but that fell apart last year for various reasons, and I just thought, well, let's do it full-time. So I just put a bit out on social media, the kind of thing I thought we could give out on the streets, and the response was and still is overwhelming. Chocolate bars, cereal bars, hats, gloves, sleeping bags if needed, obviously in the colder weather which is coming up. And just, it's more really about a choice. Giving them a choice, asking what they need. You know, I believe everybody can go into a shop and get a choice. Why can't these people? You know, and in getting to know them and giving them these things and sharing some smiles, you get to root out the ones that maybe are just sit there trying to fund an addiction and stuff. But whereas a lot of people would just turn a blind eye to them, we don't. you know, because they still need help. They're still sitting on the streets. I can be a hypocrite to say, no, I'm not helping you because you're addicted to heroin, crack, whatever.
Do you find that people have a presumption that you know, that those people have put themselves in that position, or they're just not bothered? Does that
there's a massive, I think it's stigma that I say there that's attached to it, that everybody tars every single one with the same brush. And when I said we'll root out the ones that are just there to get money, I haven't really found anybody that would fit into that, where I can just say, no, we can't help you. We don't give money out. I don't think we'd be allowed anyway, but I don't want to do that, because it's on our backs. If you get £10, go and get yourself a meal, invariably it wouldn't happen. What happens if they get ill, if they die even, which does happen, and they bought a drink with our money. So
yeah,
and they all know that and understand that. You know, in the early days it was like, oh, you couldn't give us a quid for the bus, you know, the old favourite. And no, I'm sorry, but I can't. So it's about just the essentials, you know, especially for the women. There's not as many women on the streets, certainly not in Huddersfield, but Manchester that we cover, there's quite a lot.
So you're not just in Huddersfield?
No, we've been branching out slowly.
Okay.
That's taking time, but I've had a look at Halifax, and I had a look at Dewsbury yesterday, and it's the same everywhere. I wouldn't single any one of them out. Manchester's got a massive concentration, but Manchester's a big city, so it will do. But
does that not have its own kind of charity? Or
they
something?
all do, yeah, they do, and that's the difficulty I face sometimes, that people think that I'm treading on people's toes, or that I'm trying to do someone else's work. It's not that at all. It's about finding the gaps when there isn't, or there aren't, people out there, and helping them on the street, and finding out and linking in, especially with Twitter, which we've done with the groups that are there, that they can go to, offer to take them, or get in touch with them and get these people to come out as well. And yeah, it does take time, but I've never been here to tread on toes. It's caused a bit of acrimony at times in the early stages, but I think people are getting it now. You know, there's a lot of places that have premises, but they don't come out onto the street.
So you have to know where they are.
Yeah.
If you are on the streets.
Yeah, and it takes time. And like I said with Twitter, Twitter's been brilliant, because words get out there, people see, and you know, they like, they retweet, they follow you, all that stuff. And you know, I'm linked up with loads, and people do like it. And as I was saying about the females, you know, obviously there's the sanitary towels, sanitary products that and the response for that's been overwhelming. Because
so do you have collection points for people to drop things off?
We've got 10 points, I think it's 10, it might be 9 in Huddersfield, or I can arrange to go out and collect them myself, or with 1 or 2 people that are on the team. And then we just bag them up, bring them out, you know. Sometimes I just give bags out without really giving them a choice. Just put a bit of everything in, but there's always extras in that big bag that I'll take, or that we take. You know, if it's a woman, there's sanitary products, there's even nice body sprays and stuff like that. You know, these people are human. They deserve that kind of thing. Toiletries, I don't think I mentioned earlier, that's massive. You know, just flannels, stuff that we take for granted.
So it's all practical things that you're giving them?
Yeah, and to give them a choice, it's just is there anything you need? You know, and sometimes they frown at that because they're not used to it. You know, they're used to having a fiver chucked at them, or you know, somebody will buy them a pasty, which there's nothing wrong with, but you know, ask them what they need. If they want a pasty, you have a choice of 10 or 15, or go and get it. If
somebody was watching this and wanted to get involved, either as a volunteer, I mean, I know you've said you're having open days, and presumably they can contact you through Facebook, is it?
Yes.
If I wanted to donate, or to donate money, or to donate actual items, how do I go about it?
Well, at the moment, the best way is the Facebook page, which I've given you the details of.
This message that you're trying to get out there, it really will hit a lot of people, I believe.
Yeah, I hope so. It has done already. So.
And thank you for coming on to talk to us about it as well. I know it's a personal thing for you as well.
Thank you.
So remember, we can be contacted by the usual means to discuss this or any other topic. I'm Emma Kirke. Goodbye for now.